As we age, our spine becomes more and more stiff. The reason why it feels so stiff and sometimes even stuck is that as time goes on, we are losing that nice sponge between each bone in our vertebrae. That disc begins to get thinner and thinner, and when that disc becomes thin, we start to ache. So the next couple of exercises and stretches that we're going to talk about are all about lengthening and rotating our spine to provide us some back relief. The first one that we're going to get started with is just simple knees to chest. Now, when you lay down on your mat or on your floor, you might notice that your chin is up to the ceiling. We don't want that because your back is no longer in a neutral spine. In order to be in that neutral spine, we want that face to be parallel with the ceiling. So I naturally go here. In order to make my face parallel, I'm going to grab a little pillow, or if you have a towel at home, you can grab that. Now my face is parallel. I can grab my knees and just simply pull them to my chest. When I pull those knees to my chest, I'm bringing my sit bones up toward me, and that provides a nice long lengthening of the lower back. But sometimes this is really difficult to do as we get older and older. So for my clients that have a hard time holding on, either underneath the legs or on top of the shins, I have them grab a dowel or a broom and they hold on. This way on that broom, they can widen the legs as much as they want, and then they can pull. They've got that extra lever for torque. Now, an option here is once you feel some relief is that you can rock back and forth. How long do I do this for? Really, as long as you can tolerate it and you start to provide that good feeling in the lower back. So roughly anywhere between, 20 seconds, 60 seconds. And if you do this every day, you're going to feel a big difference in that lower back stiffness. We get stuck and stiff not only in our lower back, which is responsible for our flexion and extension, but sometimes we lose that ability to fully rotate in our thoracic spine. We get so stuck that even driving to turn and look over our shoulder can be painful. This exercise is a simple sideline bow and arrow, or sometimes we can modify it and make it a little bit more difficult and get shoulder mobility with a clock. How we get set up is we're going to lie on the floor. We're going to lie on our side with our knees together. And again, this is where you can have a pillow, or you can roll up a towel so that that face is nice and level with your mat. Bottom arm is going to be nice and straight, and the top arm is going to just kind of pancake right on top of it. Holding our rib cage in, I'm going to just pull that arm back all the way across my collarbone and open up. Nice and slow, we bend that arm and bring it right on back in. So we're doing a natural rotation in the part of our vertebrae that's responsible for bending side to side and rotating. My lumbar spine, that lower back, is not rotating. It's holding my hips and pelvis nice and still. Another option, if you want some shoulder mobility, is to trace a clock. You're going to bring that arm all the way up. When it gets to the point by your ear, you're going to naturally want to flip that palm up and open. You can bring it all the way down to the glutes and retrace that clock back, up, and over. And again, go at your own pace for the time that you can tolerate it, and you start to feel a good release and opening in those shoulders and in that thoracic spine.